All right, this doesn't look very good. So far I'm digging around and there's not a single potato in sight.
Hey guys, welcome to our cabin. Come on in. So we thought we'd show you guys a cabin tour. We've been working on this cabin for 2 years now. And so far, it's still a work in progress. We're still on really a construction site right now. But let's look at this main cabin room. So this is the main cabin room. We rebuilt this fireplace completely. It was a wood burning fireplace and then somebody had changed it to a stove at one point. And actually we had 2 fireplaces in here. We had one here and one over here. So we completely restored this fireplace and now it's back to a wood burning fireplace. And all of these logs are the original logs. It's about a 1700s log cabin. We had to replace some of them over here just because there was a bunch of water damage when we first purchased the property. All of these chink lines we hand filled ourselves. So when we first started this project 2 years ago, none of this was here. It was completely open air coming in and out of the house. Super cold, but we filled them really on weekends and kind of like time off on the holidays. Next, we're gonna look at this barn wall over here. So we had put in this barn wall ourselves, same material as the floor. So we put this wall here to support the floor upstairs, but also it creates this like little mudroom on the back side here. So we're gonna create a little mudroom area here. This is our little hobbit door. You can see it's super small. This was covered up in the house for about 100 years. Even the owner, the guy who sold us the place, didn't know this door existed. It's original to the cabin. So we are going to keep this door and probably use it and use this as our mudroom. I'm going to take you guys through into the addition. So this is our addition space. It was originally created in the 1980s. And we have worked on it a little bit. We've added all this drywall. All these windows are new. We didn't have any running water in the cabin for the first year we were here, and the people that owned the cabin didn't have any running water in this house until the 1980s. So this addition kind of was put on the back when they decided to have running water in the house and a bathroom. So this is the back. This is what would be the back side of the cabin leading out into the backyard before this addition was put on. And we're gonna bring you back into the hallway area. This is our space for the washer dryer. And then we're gonna go back into the bathroom. So the bathroom is a pretty tiny space, but totally serviceable. We've got our shower and tub here, vanity. The windows that we restored and installed. So only bathroom in the house, and we laid all this tile and kind of did all this work ourselves. So the bathroom. So let's go upstairs. Before we go upstairs, I just want to show you guys this wall. So before we had the mudroom wall back one more floor joist and it kind of stopped there. So now we're trying to figure out what to do with this wall. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. We're trying to think about whether we should do a whole wall all the way across, although that's going to block some of the light coming from that light fixture, or maybe we should do like a 1/2 or 3/4 wall. So if you have any ideas about that, please let us know. Let's go upstairs. So welcome to our loft. you guys have been following us on Instagram, you'll know that this is the only really finished space of the house. We finished doing all of the plaster on the ceiling earlier a couple months ago. We did all of the plaster chink lines all the way around. All of that has been lime washed. We also restored this floor. It was a floor that was here originally, so we sanded that down and then put a finish on it. And then we finally have furniture. So this is the only furniture that's in the house right now. And it makes up our bedroom space. All the windows have been restored by ourselves. And it's a really cozy space up here. We like it. And that's it. So really that's the entire house. It's only about 800 square feet. It really consists of like those three spaces, the main room downstairs, the loft up here where we are now, and the back section, which is the kitchen and bathroom. Thanks for watching.
Hey everybody, welcome to Bellwether Fields' very first garden tour. This is going to be the shortest tour of all time. We have one crop, potatoes. This is the first year of what is hopefully an annual deal of planting a new crop, saving the seeds from that crop, and then replanting those seeds along with another new crop the following year. The potatoes that we went with are organic Yukon Gem potatoes. These are a mid-season variety. It doesn't take a very long time to reach maturity. It's about 80 to 85 days. We planted in late May, I think the last weekend in May, and the stalks died off about 4 or 5 weeks ago. So it's about time that we saw whether or not we actually grew anything this year. There's been a lot of skepticism about that. I think the prevailing theory is that we planted too late, that the soil temperatures were going to be too high. But we'll see. Let's go take a look. Okay. As promised, here we are. This is our potato patch. Okay, we did 2 hillings. We did one with straw, and then we did one with dirt and then more straw. So I had no idea whether or not I was doing enough dirt, but I decided just to go with it and see what happens. So got earthworms and rocks. Oh shit. That's a frog. Come on, buddy. What are you doing in there? Guess that's a toad. All right, this doesn't look very good. So far, I'm digging around and there's not a single potato in sight. But let's keep going. Ooh, wait. Check it out. We got one. That's officially one more than we got from the last time we planted potatoes. 2. Huh, so these are pretty deep. I might have to dig a little deeper. I don't think I have to worry about how I hilled these potatoes. Jackpot. Is it rock or is it potato? It's a fun game. This is the best little cluster so far. Look at that. All right, I think we got them all. We've got about a half a 5-gallon bucket worth of potatoes. I'm gonna weigh this out and see what it was. We planted less than 10 pounds of potato seed. So I wanna say maybe like 6 pounds. We had a good deal left over. And I think that's a pretty good haul. So I'm gonna figure out how to best cure and store these, and I'll take you through that process as well. All right, I'm gonna call this a giant success. I've got about 15 pounds of potatoes here, and that's coming from about 6 pounds of seed potatoes. So that's pretty good. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna let these dry out. This is a Hessian sack. I'm gonna let these dry out in the open air, and then just kind of try to wipe some of the dirt and mud off them. And then I'm gonna put them in the sack and I'm gonna put them by the air conditioner. Try to keep them ideally like around 60 degrees, but whatever, closest I can get to that, probably 65. And just keep them there for a couple weeks, let the skins harden, and then I'll put them into, the ones I'm gonna keep, I'll put them into a paper bag and put them in 2 bottom drawers of the fridge, and just see what we can do with that to make them last all winter. But very happy with this product.